Hello, gorgeous Scorpios. You're my favorite. Not trying to pick on anybody else. I love all of you signs, but I'm a Scorpio sun and I'm a Scorpio moon. So, y'all are my favorite. Y'all are my favorite. I'm sorry. I can't help it, and I have to tell the world. I love you all, but I cannot lie. Scorpio is my favorite. My absolute favorite sign. So today we've got some interesting cards. Oops, when I put them to the camera. Did these look reversed here? Okay. They're supposed to be, they were all in reverse. Does that look in reverse to the camera? No, that doesn't. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm doing this with just the view of the cards for the first time in my whole life. How proud of you are. How proud of me are you? There we go. I can talk. I swear to God, I can talk. How proud of me are you? Because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. This is something I see some other readers doing where you just see the cards, and I thought I always love it. Like, I really enjoy these readings, and I've always done where you could see my face, but then I also always felt like I had to be super ready to be on camera, and that was always a big block for me to do my readings. And because for some reason I never want to do readings when I'm put together. It's always like when I look a hot effing mess, like I always look like a complete and total mess, and I like just woke up in the morning and I'm like in my pajamas and like I'm drinking my coffee still, and then I'll be like, no, spirit, I don't want to do a reading right now. I don't know why that sounded so creepy. Not what I was going for at all. I'm so sorry. That was not intended to be creepy. That's not how I talk to God. So I'll be like, no, no, I don't want to. Because, like, I look like crap and I don't feel like putting on makeup right now. So it's more like that, which also sounded a little creepy. Okay, never mind. Maybe we just, like, won't do that. All right. So I thought it might be nice to try. If you're listening to me ramble right now, I love you so much. And you're so a Scorpio. If you're like, I like her, she's crazy, then yeah, you're in the right place. Okay. So I really liked the idea of potentially doing my readings like this. And I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm going to try something new. So I'm proud of me. I'm hoping you're proud of me. And then I pulled these cards. Originally, this was just going to be a reading for me. I was just like, I just need a reading. Like, I have not done a reading for just myself in 20 bajillion years. And Spirit spoke to me and was like, get your cards, do a reading for yourself right now. Like, you need some guidance. And so I was like, okay. And then there we go. That was it. That was the true indication of what I sound like. But okay. Okay. Wait, no, what? Like, that's more of what my voice sounds like when I'm talking to God, like I'm like a little kid. Like, wait, God, what? Swear. Bratty child of God. That's what I always say about myself. I am the brattiest little child of God. Um, I get to work. See, I get to do this fun thing too. I'm also got a lot of ADHD, so like I will jump topics. But I get to be like, ooh, hand motions. Ooh. Like I'm like displaying like a product or something. I don't know. That might be fun. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see if I'm good at this or not. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, we're going to do the reading just for me. And then after I pulled the cards, I was like, gosh, that's such a powerful message. And I feel like that's so collective that, like, maybe all the Scorpios need to hear it. And then all this whole entire vision of, like, this specific channel just for card readings, because that's been, like, another block for me, you guys, of why I haven't done readings in so many years, is because my work has shifted so much. Like, if you watched me do readings for how many years ago? A decade or more. Ew. Ew. When you can start talking in decades, that's not, it just like nothing feels okay anymore. But it's like a decade or more ago, then you are the real MVP. Like, you are an OG of Rachel. And secondly, life was just a lot different then. I didn't have a book then. I didn't have courses then. I wasn't a therapist then. I was like tarot was what I did, you know? Like, I did individual readings, I did tarot on YouTube, and I did like some motivational, like, speaking. Not like professional motivational speaking, but like I did like on the internet, you know, like I would just like do these little motivational videos and inspirational clips and stuff, and just like try to give somebody like a good vibe today. I would just do like positivity videos and like little, you know, advice videos and things like that. And it was just very, very cutesy, very calm. I'm just realizing how much this generation is effing up my head. I'm picking up the lingo. I say cutesy on accident. That's a problem. I say it is. Somebody was like, why is that a problem? I'm like, because you're in a generation young enough to say cutesy, and I'm not, and it feels like a problem for me. I don't know. It feels like a problem. And then I also say, what is it? There's two other new words. I won't say this one out loud so that I don't have to like ping my video. Oh, this might ping my video. I hear this is happening now too. It's been so long since I've done readings that now I know that like you can't show like the girl's boobs on the world, right? So I guess this video is gonna be, I guess, deemed. I don't know. We'll see. I have to learn the new rules. But so the fuck shit. That's the new. That's the other word. That's the other lingo I've learned like recently. And then crash out. So cutesy, crash out, fuck shit, can't show boobs on tarot. Like, things have changed. Do you see what I'm saying? So I've had some evolving to do. I've had some things that I've had to come to terms with and acceptance with about new YouTube rules and the word fuck shit. And anyway, here we are today doing a reading for Scorpios. In a nutshell, that's what happened. The word cutesy, the word fuck shit, you can't show the boobs on the tarot cards. And now I'm not showing my face so that I can make my life easier. And maybe actually dish out some good readings for you guys. What do you think? What do you think? Drop it in the comments if you do think. If you think at all. Like, I think, therefore I am kind of thing. Not if you have any thoughts specifically on this topic or any of the crazy stuff I just said, but just if you think in general. Some of you loved that. I can feel there's like one person who's like a super nerd who was like, this is my favorite tarot reader of all time now. Okay, so let's get into it. So I was already on a vibe. I was already like picking up on what's been going on here in this reading. And everything came out in reverse first. Let me just invite. I know God's already in the room, but just for the sake of the video and all the people, God, angels, universe, all that there is, please come into this room and into this reading and help me to deliver beautiful, helpful, healing messages using these cards that will change the hearts and the minds of the people watching. Please have all the people watching have an open heart and an open mind to hear what they need to hear so that they can have a powerful and uplifting shift in their life today. Thanks for this message. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be a humble vessel and do your good works in the world. Amen. Okay. So everything came out in reverse. When I pulled the cards, they, very jumpy. If you watched my readings in the past, they come out pretty effortlessly. And everything was in reverse, and I was like, oh, why? Oh my god, why? Why would everything be in reverse? What is happening? But then I was like, but you know what? Mm, makes sense. I was like, that makes sense. Like the collective energy, um, I think for everybody is kind of weird, but especially for Scorpios right now, um, I'm hearing this a lot that it's affecting Scorpios like the most. And boy, do I feel like that is true. So let's dive in a little bit. So, overall, them being in reverse adds kind of a whole other layer, right? Like I said, the world reversed right here could be talking about delays and feeling like something's kind of just incomplete. All right. So, why isn't it happening fast enough? What's going on that's keeping me from doing this? Where is it at? Why isn't the thing happening or manifesting or coming? I've been doing everything I can and putting in all the work, and then where's the result? Um, Hell, even as simple as like a package not showing up in the mail that you are expecting could be this energy, but then, or it could be all the way as like big as like I'm waiting on a $500,000 check from whatever. I don't know all the ways that you could get a 500 that an insurance company, or a a claim in court, or maybe you won it in the lottery, or it's an inheritance from somebody, or something like that. And then like and you're just like, I've got plans for this $500,000 check. Where is it? But regardless of what it is, whether it's like, where's my package? I want my new leggings that I just ordered. Where the heck is my package? Or a $500,000 check that you're waiting on. Regardless of like what the thing is, the energy is the same, right? It's where is the result? I did my part. Where is the result? I clicked order. I paid for the leggings, and now the package is not here. Or I signed all the paperwork so that I can obtain the check, and the check is not here. Where is my check? I did my part, but where is it? Okay, that is kind of the vibe of this here. I also want to talk about the delay, because the real question is why? Why the delay? Why so long? Is the package stuck in transit? Is the package, did it get delivered to somebody else's house by accident? Like, okay, God, what's going on with my thing? Where is my thing at? But why? It's more like I want clarity on why the holdup. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? Like, it's like, not, you get it. Like, there's a delay in your manifestation here, right? And I do feel like this is talking more about airy fairy manifestation, right? Like, this is some, but it's also grounded. It's like, I have a big thing trying to do, trying to create, trying to make, trying to bring in, and it's not dropping down here into the physical reality quite yet, and that's bothering me. It's frustrating. Where is the result, and why? And it's like, God, if you could just tell me like what is happening here, I would feel so much better about the wait. But I think that's also part of this energy is learning some patience here, with waiting and with faith, and like getting comfortable with not knowing, and just continuing your current situation regardless of the fact that your leggings are not here yet. Right? And that's the funny example, because life will go on without those leggings, right? Let's say you bought red leggings, very specific red leggings, because you saw somebody on Instagram and they had cute red leggings, and you were like, you know what? I do not have any red leggings. I have every other color leggings, and I don't have red leggings. And that would look really cute with my new, how to wear a crown sweatshirt from Rachel's merch shop, shameless plug. And, I just cannot wait to get that pair of red leggings, because I'm trying to have this outfit by come Saturday, so I can, look good in my new How to Wear a Crown sweatshirt. Okay? Right? I mean, I get that. I love wearing my How to Wear a Crown sweatshirts. And I want the right leggings with mine too. But it's like, will your life go on? Yes, it will. Can you wear the black leggings with your sweatshirt? Yes, you can. Do you have to wear the How to Wear a Crown sweatshirt at all? Absolutely you do. No, I'm just kidding. No. The answer is no. You don't have to wear the sweatshirt at all. And you can wear black leggings with it. And life will be fine. If you wear a Reebok sweatshirt or some other type of sweatshirt or a no-name sweatshirt and black leggings, and life will be fine. So putting that energy into the simplest terms, I think, is so helpful, because we're going to go ahead and slap that application onto the big energy and say, will life go on without the $500,000 check I'm waiting on? Yes, it will. Just like life will go on without the red leggings, because energy is energy is energy is energy is energy. Energy is energy. So when dealing with this situation, the message from Spirit is life will go on without the thing until you get it in divine timing, Scorpio. So sorry you have to be patient for once you divine manifester that creates magic out of thin air and usually gets what they want exactly when they want it. Moment of silence. Had to leave like a little pause for everybody to let that like sink in. Everybody was like, quit calling me straight out. I am not like that. Yes, you are. Scorpios are like the spoiled brats of the cosmic world, because we're just powerful. I get to say we in these videos because it's us. Because we're just powerful manifestors, and we're used to being able to be like, I want that. Get it. I want that. Get it. And so when there is a moment where, there's like you gotta wait, we're like, what? Why have you forsaken me? Like, we like fist in the air, like, like just getting really upset. And it's just not that serious, says Spirit. It's just not that serious. It's literally just as serious as if you were waiting on a pair of leggings in the mail, whatever it is you're waiting on. It's just as serious as a pair of red leggings. Life will go on if your fit isn't just so for your day trip with the girls on Saturday or whatever you were going to wear them for. And just keep living. Just keep living. Okay? Your whole world isn't upside down. Your whole world hasn't fallen apart over this not materializing just quite yet. And it doesn't even mean it doesn't mean it's not happening. That's the thing. You're like grieving and having the same emotional reaction as if it's not. Oh my gosh, and like the feeling in my head and in my crown chakra when I just said that is like ridiculous. But it's like, that's like such confirmation. That's the message. Your whole world isn't falling apart to have the same emotional reaction as if God's saying, no, you're not going to get it. Just because God said no, not just yet. Right? It's like, this is like a lesson in having spiritual emotional maturity. Okay, let me say that again. This one is a lesson in having spiritual, emotional maturity. Because it's when God's telling you the answer, right? We kind of have to accept it. And so when God's saying, wait, not yet, am I having the same emotional reactivity as if God said straight no, right? Like a spiritual toddler. Y'all are gonna hate me so bad for this reading, but that's the truth. It's a good question to ask ourselves, because hearing yes, but just not yet, I can go ahead and celebrate. I'm going to go ahead and celebrate. God already said yes. The prayer's already been answered. Everything's already good. It's already all been worked out in my favor. That's also what this says. It just says you feel like your whole world's upside down when it's not. It's like you should have 2 world cards that are upside down, because one says, oh, it feels like my current world is upside down, and I'm so sad because I know that this current world is ending, and that the things that I'm doing right now are not going to be happening anymore. So I want to hurry up and move on to my next world, but that one's also upside down because I can't get to that one as fast as I want to. So just because of the impatience and the waiting period, it's making you feel as if you have not just 1 but 2 world cards upside down. That was the vision I was just shown. It was like you have 2 worlds upside down, but really it should be 2 worlds right side up, because you have not only one great situation going on right now, right? You've got black leggings, that's good. You've got sweatshirt options, that's good. And then you've also got future red leggings and your future, brand new how to wear a crown sweatshirt. I gotta laugh at myself when I throw that in. It's so funny. Who else actually gonna buy I wonder who else actually gonna buy a sweatshirt just because I dropped that into the tarot reading, that really makes me giggle to think of. Like, one person at least will buy a sweatshirt because I said that. They're like, what? What the fuck are these how to wear a crown sweatshirts as he's talking about? What is that? I'm gonna get a book sale. I'm gonna get a sweatshirt sale. I got somebody is joining the entire how to wear crown movement right now because of this world card. No, I crack myself up, you guys. I told you I was nerdy. I told you I was silly. You were forewarned. And especially those that used to watch me in the past, you already know. Oh, you already know. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get so stupid. We are not gonna go like not entertained, okay? We're getting out of here fully entertained, fully spiritually guided. Like, it's all going down, all right? So that's what God wants to say about that. Wait. Just shut up and wait. Okay. I say divine messages from spirit, and then I'm like, God said just shut up and wait. But yeah, I mean, sometimes that is the divinest message you could get. Was that is divinest a word? It is now. If Eminem can make up words, so can I. That's what I've decided in my life. If Eminem can make up words, so can I. And I'm taking full authority over my vocabulary, and I will make up all of the words that I want, okay? So that's where I'm at. You can do it too. Don't worry. It doesn't just work for me. You're allowed to as well. Make up words. We'll start a dictionary together of all of our own words. I don't know what we'll call it yet. We'll make up that word too. It'll be fine. It'll actually be really fun. Okay, let's move on to our Hierophants. to our Hierophant, who was unfortunately already also in reverse. Okay, this dude, this guy, right? Jeez, you coming out reversed pretty much was giving off like questioning tradition. Okay, on the biggest scale here, questioning tradition and breaking free from structure. So, what's happening is it's like, oh my, how this plays out. So, we say these words, and then it's like, but what does that mean? Okay, what does that actually mean? Questioning tradition, what does that mean? Breaking free from structure, what does that mean? Well, breaking free from structure and questioning tradition is like, it's almost like, okay, so this is like existential crisis energy. This is like, have I been doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Have I been dedicating my time, my energy, my money, my resources, my life to what I'm supposed to be doing? What have I been doing something for my entire life that was incorrect? Have um have I been out of alignment with my like God's will path for me for however long? And then it's like like panic like ensues because you're like, no, 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 that's what I've believed. Like, this is what it's been. This is what I've known. This is, it can't be. It cannot be that I have been walking this way for so long, and then now I'm realizing that I'm walking, that I wasn't on the right path. Okay. But then I'm also seeing this like convergence energy of there being no right and no wrong, and a convergence of pathways. Like, you can walk this pathway and that's fine, and then there's this other pathway that you're walking or want to be walking, and you can kind of you know, do this dance of walking both, and that there at first there's kind of like a big, this is so silly, a big gap of space in between the two paths, but then eventually if you just keep walking, they will get closer together and like merge into like one energetic pathway. Did that make sense with my weird finger analogy? Okay, so like, yeah, they're going, and then they're gonna merge together, right? And that both were necessary. So kind of like, don't freak out. Um, the questioning is good because it's making you realize that you need to put some more energy maybe into this side or the other side, this path or the other path that you've also been walking. And I think that's so powerful and beautiful. Okay, so yeah, this is powerful and beautiful. It's powerful and beautiful. So we've just been questioning some traditions. We've been breaking free from some structures. And so it just means that we're like taking a look, right? That's what it feels like. This feels stuck because we're in reverse. We are in reverse. So it's a lot of stuckness energy, but this is great, right? No, it's not, Rachel. It's not great to be stuck, right? No, I get that. But like, it is great because you're aware of the places in which you're stuck now. You're becoming aware. Maybe not even fully aware, but you're becoming aware of all the places that are and the things that are making you feel not free. Structures, systems, things, old values, old beliefs that are making you feel not free. And you're having to, do this sort of thing where you're going, well, I would like to feel more free, but in order for that to happen, I've got to get out of this box. I've got to let go of that thing that I'm chained to. I've got to release that weight that's holding me down. It's just making you look, at different things that are creating that stuck energy, that are creating that energy of feeling like you need to break free from something. I mean, to want to even question traditions, values, and break free from structures, it means that there is structures and things in place that are making you feel not free. We wouldn't want to break free from something that was making us feel free. Not possible, right? I know that was so simple, but so true, right? If something's already helping you feel free, it wouldn't make you feel like you need to escape it. It wouldn't make you feel like you need to run away from it. It wouldn't make you feel like you need to break free from it, right? If prison makes you feel free, you would just sit there in the prison happily. You wouldn't be like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. If the chains around your ankles make you feel free, you'd just be like chilling with your ankle chains. But they don't. That's why we want to get them off of our feet. That's why we want to get out of the jail cell. So this is the moment to take a look around you and say, what are my chains? What are my jail cells, metaphorically speaking, right? And they're not going to be that serious, right? When we look at them in our actual lives, it's not going to be quite so insane. Hopefully not. I mean, maybe some of you have some pretty deep bondages, but this could be, it's the beliefs that were passed down to me about, what work has to look like, or what love has to look like, or what foods are considered healthy. I mean, geez, those are some chains in those areas. Taking a look at, well, I was always taught that, this is what the kind of food that you eat for dinner. And then yet I'm realizing now that I'm an adult that those foods are not actually very healthy, and they're not serving me, and my body doesn't enjoy them. So I have to do something different. I'm going to have to figure out a new way to eat food that doesn't make me feel trapped, right, in an unhealthy body. That could be an example of a chain that needs to be broken, a structure, that's something that's been passed down to you that needs to be released. Another example could be, I grew up in, and this one's a little bit more, close to home when it comes to the Hierophant card, but like this one, I grew up in this religion. It said that this was how marriages work, but I'm coming to realize that marriages can also look like this, and then therefore I want to create a different picture for mine. Or I was taught by human people that this is what marriages look like, yet the religion that I firmly believe in and have dedicated my life to says this picture is what marriages need to look like. And I want to actually adhere to that and hold true to that and be on a journey that looks like that. That's what I dream of, not the one that was given to me by earthly people, but the one that was given to me by a spiritual concept. That could be, it doesn't always have to be breaking free from, a religious structure. It can be breaking free from a earthly structure and into a spiritual structure. So you have to find, that's the thing about this, we're talking to a whole collective of people, but you've got to figure out how this applies directly to you. And needed a drink of that coffee. I get Starbucks coffee. Can I say that on here? I don't know the rules yet. I gotta figure out the new YouTube rules. Oh, it was yummy. It's yummy though. Okay. So, what do you need to do to feel more free? And I think first and foremost, we can flip it just by our mindset. Awareness is freedom. So, you have literally already entered a state of freedom. Come back to me, camera. You've literally already entered a state of freedom. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. You've literally already entered a state of freedom. You are in a state of freedom just by the fact that you're becoming aware, just by the fact that you're questioning. You're questioning. You're asking. You're saying, how am I not free? That's an open mind. What can I do different? That's an open mind. That's a free mind. So you've already entered a state of freedom. That's the message Spirit wants you to take away from this, that you've already entered a state of freedom, okay? So now, the point is to just build upon that, and what we focus on is what we will attract more of. So stay in that energy of I'm open-minded and I am free in my mind, and I'm free to dream, and I'm free to think, and I'm free to, take a look at things and rearrange things in my mind and look at things differently. And once you do that, you will begin to break those chains and those bondages, on other levels, emotionally and physically. The freedom will materialize. Making sense, my beautiful Scorpio babies? Okay, love you. Let's move on. Okay, so then we had our Five of Wands in reverse, and that was like, seriously? I literally never get this card in reverse. It's always upright, and I'm always happy about that. Because of the meaning of the card is always like, ooh, you're playing, you're growing, you're learning, which is great. You're taking things to the next level. And I'm like, why does that feel like it's in reverse? That's always felt like that's a good thing, especially for a Scorpio who just loves to constantly evolve. So I had to take a look at that and be like, what in the world there, So over here, we're going, this is leaning towards avoiding things that feel like conflict and avoiding finding resolution. Ew, not really. If you're anything like me as a Scorpio, not my MO, right? Such a solution-oriented person, and most of you, I'm sure, are too. Most Scorpios are like, let's get it. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get it. Want to go and get it and figure out the answer. They think deep. We think expansive. We want to we know the solution the second we know the problem. So why not act upon it? That's why we have such the trouble waiting over here. I know the solution. Let's go. We love forward movement. We're a water sign. We like currency. Most water is movement. We got oceans are always moving, rivers are always moving, waterfalls. Then we have lakes are they move quite a bit. Then every once in a while we've got a little pond, and we've got a puddle or something. It's like a still water, and we're like, excuse me, just a pond, just a puddle, and there's no wind that's pushing me around and making things happen in my favor. Like, what? Not the most comfortable, the still water. So there's just another way we can reflect on that too. But over here, with our Five of Wands in reverse, we might lean towards avoiding conflict and avoiding resolving things right now. why might you ask? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm so glad you asked why. Everybody, thank you. Because it's almost, I'm getting like I'm tired of learning. This normally represents playful learning, having a fun experience with learning and growth. And I feel like you're not having a fun experience with learning and growth at this moment, that it's like, I know I don't want to be learning more right now. I want to be receiving the payoff for all the things that I've already learned, for all the growth that I've already done, for all of the work that I've already put in, for the things that I've already done, to pay off more. Yet, that's not the case. That's not what God says. God says this is a time for more expansion, for more growth, for more learning, for more receptivity in the area of what do I do next? And it's almost like this pouty energy of like your arms crossed and saying, I don't want to go play. I'm, it's my party. I can cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to, right? All these other kids are out here playing, right? That's what they're doing. They're playing, they're having fun. That's what this wands is when it's in the upright. They're playing, play fighting, preparing themselves for their next level of development. For when they get older, they're going to know how to be great warriors because they played pretend, fighting with sticks, and this is fun for them. They're not having a bad time doing this. This is not war. This is not real battle. Nobody's getting killed. There's no bloodshed. They're just playing and having fun. But this is still prepping them for the great warriors that they will be. And everybody else is out here having fun except for you. You're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go play with sticks. I want a real sword. Meh. Like, whatever. Being that bratty energy again. And then, like, so the answer to get this flipped back around, because we can flip our cards around. I don't know if you know that. Did you know that? Did you know you're powerful? Do you know you're so powerful that with a simple mindset shift, mindset click, little button push, you can turn your upside downs into right side ups very, very easily. It's normally you're normally the reason why your cards are in reverse. So check this out, which I take that responsibility and accountability as well. Right? It's our mindset shifts that we have to change. So take a look at this here. To move this, all I have to do is say, oh, it's just a game. Oh, it's not that serious. Oh, there will be no bloodshed. Doesn't really matter how this turns out. Maybe the worst thing that happens is one of these guys gets a bump on the head, which is kind of like the spiritual, perspective to have about the human condition and life in general, is none of it's really that serious. Like, none of it's really that serious if when we know that we are spirit, when we know that we are merely souls in these human bodies having a worldly experience for the purpose of education. It's what it is. This is Earth School. That's the whole entire reason why we are here, is to learn and grow and evolve. And the second you stop doing that, then you've disconnected from your whole purpose being here anyway. Therefore, the second you start having that attitude of I don't want to, is the second that you're going to stop having a fun time with life. And if you're not having a fun time with life, it's because you're having a bad perspective and a bad mindset about Earth School. So, stop it. Rachel's divine messages. Stop it. And look every day going, I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to be on Earth School today. This is going to be great. Wonder what kind of amazing knowledge I'm going to pick up that's going to be permanently ingrained into my soul, that I'm going to embody and take with me for eons and eons and eons. Right? Because we have to remember that too, right? This is, what we're doing is for our soul's growth and expansion. So that's limitless. Take time constructs out of the mix, throw those out the door. Take distance constructs and throw those out the doors. All these structures and all these things here that we're so worried about trying to break free from and transcend and all that. So throw them out. They don't even matter if you have this mindset, I'm on Earth School, having fun, playing every day, doing something to just, prep myself for the next level of my soul's growth and expansion. This isn't about you getting to your next level of growth and expansion here in the physical world so much. It could be. They tie in because they're, all of our bodies affect one another. My physical body affects my spiritual body, affects my mental body, affects my emotional body. They're all tie in together. But I feel like the message of the day here is quit taking it so seriously. It's all going to be good. You're going to be fine. And you were taking it, you've been acting. There's a whole lot of like this, you've been acting as if, right? With, the emotions of as if we said no when we really didn't say no, it just said wait, or acting like you're really, really stuck when actually you're more free than you thought you were because you already have like all of this amazing awareness and you didn't realize how unstuck you really were. And then now, taking it super serious, acting as if you're in battle, acting as if it's war, the same kind of seriousness that you would take with you into a true actual battle war zone, into a play pretend setting with a bunch of kiddos, with a bunch of other kids. You're a kid, they're kids. This is where it's innocence. It's just not that big of a deal. So I think that could honestly be like a message that we could take away from our whole entire, I'm just getting paper so I can write down the title because I will 100% forget as soon as I want to write it down. It's not that big of a deal is probably going to be our title. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And then the fact that same thing about acting as if we've got spiritual, emotional maturity at play. So isn't it funny that like the most spiritually mature thing that you could do is not take it serious? The most spiritually mature thing that you could do is not take it serious. It's to chill out and just play and be patient here. Work with what you have now. Don't worry about the leggings in the future. Realize that you're already free and just play and have fun with having like the open mind. And then just be happy and go outside and play with the other kids. Right? It's basically what that's saying. Just go outside and play with the other kids, having a human condition, having a human experience, learning and growing, learning, growing, and evolving in spiritual principles out here in the world. So that could be something that we could say too about the whole thing. Apply spiritual principles to your life. Focus on learning and growing in those areas instead of growing in the physical areas, and this will feel, everything that you're doing on a daily basis is what this is. Everything that you're doing on a daily basis will feel better. Okay, this is interactions with your family. This is what you're doing to make money. This is what you're doing to, I don't know, take care of your health, that sort of a thing. Where are we at on our time? 15 minutes already? Oh my gosh, and I didn't even do love, health, and wealth. Play and don't take it serious. Here we go. I got some notes for our title. And so let's just run through. I think we can hit like right at an hour and run through love, health, and wealth. So for love, the world reversed could mean feeling something is incomplete or stuck in love, like that you might need closure or clarity, that you're still seeking around something that has to do with love. Okay, so let's just say we're applying this to love. Maybe you need to hear something from somebody. Maybe you need to say something to somebody. Maybe there's some kind of spiritual principle like forgiveness, letting go, resentment, that kind of thing. Spiritual component to healing that needs to happen around some kind of relationship, and that doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This can be any relationship. The Hierophant in reverse could point to breaking away from traditional ideas about relationships specifically and making up your own rules for love. I'm seeing really like knowing yourself, like, well, you know what, I really want to be a social butterfly. I would love to be a social butterfly, but truly I'm just an introvert and I have enough space to love 3 to 5 people, and I'm just not ever going to be that person who has a friend group of 14 best friends. Like, maybe that's just not me. 3 to 5 is like me tapping out. That's maybe just you knowing, I'm seeing you learning to know yourself in the area of love here, around what you want out of relationships, all of them. Okay, and then with our 5 of Wands in reverse, it's leaving behind drama or misunderstanding, focusing on harmony instead. So leaving behind misunderstanding and focusing on harmony instead. So anytime you're having right, like when it was in the reverse, it was like, I don't want to go play with them. Okay, well actually yes I do, and how can I go be involved? How can I be involved instead of not being involved, right? Even though maybe I've learned that I'm the type of person, because of my Hierophant was in reverse around love, maybe I've learned that I'm the type of person that cannot socialize to the same degree as other people, maybe, but I can still participate in some way, to some degree, and how can I? It's like just asking that question of how can I, instead of being like, I'm not. How can I be harmoniously intertwined with this group of people here that I'm having to be involved with, right? Because we all have people. We have to be a part of the world. We have to have connection, right? In my book, How to Wear a Crown, we talk about connection and why it's so pivotal, why it's something that we have to have. You can't love yourself without loving other people. I'll just say that. Okay, we're moving on to health really quick. So specifically for health for the world, This is about, with it being in reversed at first, it's like needing to reconnect to your body and feeling disconnected from your healthiest version of yourself, which is funny because earlier we talked about the food thing, right? Breaking with the structure, like the one of the structures that you could be breaking free from is like letting go of the idea of like the kind of foods that you were taught to eat were healthy when really they weren't. So what do you need to do? You don't feel great about your world. It's hard to feel great about our world when we don't feel good in our body, because we're how do you feel great about your physical world when your physical body, which connects you to your physical world, is out of balance, out of alignment? So take a look at your physical body. What do you need to do to be in better physical shape, whether that not, vanity, for not for vanity reasons, even though she looks like she's in pretty good shape. But like, you know what I mean? Like, just to feel good. Like, what do you need to feel good? Do you need to cut something out? Do you need to start something? Those are a good couple questions to ask. So the world. Ooh, and if you want good habits, I have to promo again. Okay, so if you want to have good habits, I have a little journal. It's a How to Wear a Crown journal that helps you create good daily self-love habits. That's on Amazon. Just let me know if you want like access. I mean, you can find it. It's just called the How to Wear a Crown journal. And you can go to like my website and things will be in the description and whatnot. It'll be easy to find if you want it. Okay, 5 of Wands. In reverse when it comes to health. Oh wait, did I skip Hierophant? Okay, not skipping. Okay, so our Hierophant, when it was in reverse, could mean stepping away from conventional ideas about health. So this just means like being unique to yourself, like knowing that you're an individual person, knowing that you have to find what works for you, how we were talking about here, like you have to ask yourself personal questions. What do I need to let go of, and what do I need to let go of? What do I need to start to be a healthier version of myself? And of course, earlier, when I was channeling that portion about the food, it was like breaking free from those structures around food. This is unique to you. You can't just do what has always been done when it comes to health. You got to figure out how you get you to optimal health, because every body, not everybody, but every human body, every human vessel is different. So be unique in your ideas around health right now. And it even says, so like finding peace with your body or habits instead of fighting with them. And I just talked about creating habits with the journal. And habits, I know, like with us being water, habits, and when I say it says as my notes, my personal notes. I don't have like a book for the cards. This is my personal notes from what I channel right before the reading. But every body, right, especially with us being water, is what I was saying, we want to be in the flow like all the time. But having good habits is so important. So finding ways to like be in the flow and be in structure, right, is going to be really important. So that's also probably why we have that Hierophant in reverse, is like fighting the structures. But having the different mindset around the structures would be helpful too. Like, hey, habits help me create freedom, because habits help me create time and space for all the things that keep me healthy, right? Something like that. Okay, and then wealth. Oh wait, no, we still need to do health for the world. Or not for the world, for the wands. So health for the wands reverse. Moving past internal battles. So this means, I think this means that it's been a really serious battle inside of your mind. This has been a serious battle inside of yourself. And instead of it being like this, oh, super serious battling inside of myself, I need this to be a super playful, right? Again, with the playful, you were doing this internally and you were doing this externally. So it's not so serious inside of your head either. Okay? All right? It's not so serious inside of your head either. So get out of this mindset of everything being so serious inside. Why so serious, right? Inside of yourself and outside of yourself. You're allowed to play within your own consciousness. That is healthy. To just be peaceful and happy and playful inside of yourself. Be happy, be peaceful, playful outside of yourself with the other people. Be happy and peaceful and playful with yourself and with other people. And that will be the healthiest thing that you can do. Okay, now we're on to wealth, you guys. The world. Well, we had it in reverse. So it was like, oh, you're close to a breakthrough, but it's not here yet financially. So funny that we talked about a $500,000 check as one of the examples, or the after the leggings. So you're close to, it's like, where is my $500,000 check? But it's not here yet. So it's basically a sense of waiting. So I feel like we've covered this in the general portion, that you just have to be okay with waiting. You have to be okay with waiting on wealth as well. Waiting on money, waiting on abundance. Money comes and money goes. Money ebbs and money flows. Money is currency, just like we are as a water sign. So money will, move away like a river. It'll come upstream. It'll go downstream. It'll pour like a waterfall. There'll be little pools of it here or there, like I talked about the water example earlier, of a pond, of a lake, of a puddles. There is rain comes, and then there's dry spells. And so be patient. Just be patient. And play, and don't take things so serious while you are waiting on your abundance energy to come in. And I think that the issue is just how intuitive a Scorpio is, that a Scorpio knows and can feel when a change is coming. A Scorpio can know and can feel when a big portion of money is about to come to them. A Scorpio can know, can feel, I can feel it in my bones when somebody's about to purchase my program. I can feel it in my bones. I know it. I can feel it. Even if that person never talks to me, even if I didn't make a sale, I didn't talk to that person, I didn't DM with that person, I didn't have any experience with that person, but I can feel it. Like when somebody is looking at my website and scrolling through my courses and choosing one and picking one and thinking about it, I can feel, I'm intuitive. I can feel the energies of these things, right? So I can feel it when somebody's about to make the decision and they decide not to. And then I can feel it when they're about to make the decision and then they do. And then I go, oh, what? And then there it is, somebody purchased whatever. So that's we can feel it. So that makes it a little bit more difficult when we're waiting on financial abundance, because Scorpios are so important. So intuitive is the word I was looking for. And important. We're important. You're important. But the thing here, and I think that's important for you guys to know as well, about feeling money coming. The more you would start to create an abundant life for yourself, the more you start to create more avenues in which money can come to you, the more you will have to get spiritually in tune with the energy and the frequency of money, so that you can ebb and flow with it better, and so that you can be more at peace with money, right? It's a relationship, the energy, the way that we relate to the energy and the frequency of money. So being able to respect, like a relationship, like if somebody else came to me and said, hey, I can't come over right now, it's gonna be probably 3 weeks before I can make it, to have a day. I have a day in 3 weeks. I'm busy up until then. I would respect my friend, I'd respect my friend's ability to be able to make it to my house, to have that, date that I wanted to have with them or whatever. So, that being said, yeah, I feel like it's the same with a relationship with money. I have to be respectful of that. If I can feel that money's gonna come and then it's not time because it's gonna be in the future, I have to respect that, right? It's just kind of like it's having a healthy relationship with money, being respectful, not being impatient. Does that make sense? Okay, where were we at? Okay, our Hierophant reversed could relate to exploring non-traditional ways of building abundance, stepping into something unconventional or creative. So this is so beautiful for what we've been talking about today, and it's a great way to wait. I tell my son that patience is waiting happy. That's what that means, waiting happy. We don't want to wait upset because that looks like this. That's the reverse. We want to wait happily. So we can wait happily by focusing on a different aspect of creating abundance. There's so many ways to create abundance. There's so many ways to feel wealthy. And you can take money, the concept of money, physical money, all the way out of the picture and focus on ways to feel wealthy. I feel wealthy right now just doing this reading for you guys because I know that I'm doing a good service for the world. I'm doing a good service and somebody's going to get something out of this besides just me. That's me giving. Giving is generosity. Generosity is an abundant energy. I feel wealthy right now, right? I feel wealthy when I go outside and I put my feet in the ground and I just envelop myself in Mother Nature. Love it. Super wealth filling, okay? So this just means being in an energy of wealth, finding other ways to tap into unconditional, but unconventional or creative. Somebody said, one of the girls that I watched was like, I cannot talk during this energy right now. I don't know what it is, but I cannot get a message out clear to save my life. And then I do one and every other word, I'm like saying the words wrong. I'm like, she was right. This energy is messing with my ability to like speak. So funny how that happens. Okay. So what we're going to do here is do something, explore. This means, and it's probably going to tie into this, have fun, play, have fun, play, explore. Get out of, right, you're so focused on the structures, old school structures, or just the structures in which you've been accustomed to, that it's been hard for you to maybe enjoy the energy of wealth or the energy of abundance or the energy of money, or right, that's why we need to, right, just like how I said money is a relationship, that could be a construct. Money's not a thing you get. Maybe I was taught money's a thing I get. No, money's a relationship I have and an energy in which I play with. New thought. This can change the game for me to something that's fun and playful. Okay. Last one and then we're over. And I went to an hour and 9 minutes. Did not plan on that. I was like, I'm going to do a short reading. You're like, yeah, right. Okay. Lastly, our Five of Wands in reverse is about letting go of competing with others and instead focus on your own unique path to financial stability. So in the area of wealth, it says you're not wanting to, we were in reverse, and you were like, I don't want to go play, because you were more concerned about, like, maybe, like, how this was going to turn out, or what everybody was thinking, or, like, is somebody going to bump me on the head with a stick, or, like, whatever you were worried about. But it was like, hey, it's all just fun and games. It's all just fun and games. There's really no winners or no losers or no anything like that at the end of the day. This is like just kids playing and having fun. It's not so serious. And just focus on yourself, right? And you guys know me already, especially if you've been in the How to Wear a Crown program and stuff. You know how big I am on self-competition. This is about you being a better version of yourself every day, rather than you being in the energy of competing with people outside of yourself. You can't worry about other people, right? You cannot worry about other people. You can't worry about what they're doing, or how they're making money, or how much money they're making, or you just have to worry about what thing do I need to do today. Because if I jump, right, it's also about, like, being at the level in which you're at, right? Let's see, here's an example. Okay, so if I looked at, just pick your favorite billionaire in the world, okay? I'm not gonna name names, but pick your favorite billionaire. Let's just call any billionaire, all right? What they're doing to grow their wealth or their money might be buying entire hotels, or maybe that person is, they're like, well, I'm a billionaire, so I'm going to take $20 million and I'm going to invest it in this other person's company. And that's going to have some ROI for me. Well, maybe you can't do that right now because you're not a billionaire. And if you were a billionaire, you could do the billionaire things to do what billionaires do with money. But if you're not a billionaire, then you can't play, right? They're just playing with money, right? That's all they're doing. But if you're not a billionaire, then you cannot play with money in the same ways that a billionaire can play with money. What you have to do is play with money, not take it so serious, but play with money in the way that you can play with money. And so what this looks like, and this is so funny, I made a new course, but I don't want to talk about it yet. You guys will see it. But it's going to be so good. And I just talked about this a little bit. I'll give y'all a little tiny snapshot without giving too much away, because it's going to be a really divine program. So I don't want to devalue it by giving away the information that's in there. But what you can do, like, let's say you have $5 extra at the end of every month. That is $5 that you can invest in something, somehow, some way, to further your dreams, right? Maybe it's maybe you want to make an Etsy shop, and you want to make crafts for that Etsy shop, but you're like, I don't have all of my supplies. Well, I have $5 at the end of every month, and if I take $5 and I go to the Dollar Tree and buy one of the items that I'm gonna need to invest in to make that craft, right, or whatever it is that I'm gonna make for my shop, that is your version of playing with money. Okay, that was you stepping outside of your comfort zone. That was you doing something frivolous and wild and, spontaneous, or, that was you taking a risk, right? It was, I only have $5 left to my name at the end of the month, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it towards my dream of my Etsy shop making whatever you make. Crocheted googly eye bananas. I don't know. I don't know what you love. Maybe you love crocheting googly eye bananas. Maybe that would sell. My kid would probably be obsessed with googly eye banana crochets. I'm just saying, like, kids will get obsessed with some stuff. And then your shop will sell out. And because you went and you bought yarn and you bought googly eyes for $1.25, you are now killing the game on the Etsy shop. Just saying, it can happen, right? We just have to be in that energy of play, breaking free from old structures, doing something different, and honoring ourselves. And that is it. That's it for the Scorpios. Okay, so I did want to throw out one final card, and this is from what will be my How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance cards. There's only one deck in existence in the world, and it's mine. But it will be a product that will be available. You can pre-order them right now. But they're not ready yet, but we're going to go ahead and use them because I want to. And I'm the boss. Isn't that fun? I love that part. I love that. This is my channel. They're my cards. It's fun. I'm going to do it anyway. So you got this card. Scorpios got this card. We got this card. Living in a Material World, which I think is so funny that this is the card that came out as the How to Wear a Crown card, because living in a material world and your top 5, and it talks about that and these are like all of the energies and concepts. This plays upon the energies and concepts from my book and from my program, by the way. So if you like the kind of vibes that you see from the cards, you will love my book and you will love my program. So this talks about living in a material world and your top 5. And what this means is what we were talking about earlier, of course, which is that if you have to take a look at like your own personal structure around like socialization and like who you are, when I was talking about like how introverted or extroverted you might be, and I was like, oh, maybe you're the kind of person that can only handle like 3 to 5, main friends, and you'll never be that person that can have 14 people. Well, this talks about that you are the reflection of, your top 5 people that you spend the most time with anyway. That being said, it's very important not just to understand how many people you have the space for energetically and emotionally and mentally in your life, but to choose wisely who fills those spaces, especially if you have limited spaces for people in your life, because they're going to drastically impact who you are and how you feel. And if you are able to, have cards in reversed or have cards that are upright, basically. And I think you deserve to feel great. You deserve to be around positive people. You deserve to be around people that you trust, people that you can talk to, people that lift you up, people that help you grow, people that build you, people that have reciprocal energies. Think about what you value the most in a person and try to find 5 people in that are like that. And if they're not in your life already, that could be part of this letting go of old structures in your life, like dynamics of like, well, I've known them since preschool, so I should just stay friends with them. Well, maybe not. Maybe they weren't meant to be in your life at this point anymore, or whatever. And I'm a weird balance between being like a cutoff person and like a super loyal person. I will cut somebody off in a quick second if I have to, but I'm very, very loyal at the same time, right? And so it's okay to be both. That's also structures that you could look at, like, oh, have I been just, because I have this belief that, like, I'm a loyal person that never leaves anybody behind or never lets anybody go, that now I have this collection of 100 people in my life that I feel like I have to somehow be here for all the time. Well, maybe there's some things, that ideas that need to change around your top 5 people. And it also is from the overarching energy of living in a material world, which is a lot about what we've talked about. And maybe our friends have been chosen more because of physical reasonings, right? Who was available, what they can do for us, transactional sort of relationships. Take a look at who fills you spiritually, because I think this whole reading was really about shifting in perspective to worrying about how things are affecting me on a spiritual level, and being in that mode of play, in and not taking things so seriously for the purposes of our spiritual growth and evolution. So please keep that also at a forefront while you are doing this investigative work around your social group. That is it for me today. I love you so much. I love you, Scorpios. You guys have an amazing month. Mwah.